Ballers want to be rappers, and rappers want to be ballers. A saying as old as time that has been repeated over and over again. As both fields are largely dominated by an African American market, it is no surprise that both share a shocking amount of the same global influence, fashion, and style as one another. So in today's video, I wanted to intermingle both forms of entertainment combined, because as you can clearly tell from my channel, I'm very intrigued with both. Now, I know I'm certainly not the first person to do it. Trust me, I've seen tons of other content creators implement this, but I wanted to put my own toe into the topic because I believe I have some unique perspective on some comparisons that the internet hasn't seen. But without further ado, let's get into the video. First off, let me get a semi-obvious one here to start off the video. We got Michael Jordan and Jay-Z. So first off, their similarities begin with the motion these motherfuckers have. So picture this, hear me out. Out of the entire world, there are only 20 black people who are black billionaires, right? Pretty exclusive list, you may say. Well, out of those 20 unique individuals, guess who is on the list? You know, MJ and Jay-Z. Not only that, but among their respective fields, who do you think are the highest grossers of all? You're right again, MJ and Jay-Z. Not only do they rock similarities in how much of a bag they got, but both are often considered the GOATs or the founding fathers of what is the game today. Well, to be fair, with Jay-Z, it's kind of a mixed bag, but usually people got him around like a top 3 area, but you get the gist. And then the last point I got is that they were both born in the sturdy capital of the states, the Big Apple of the states, which is none other than New York, more specifically Brooklyn. Now before my North Carolina peeps get mad at me, chill. We all know Jordan repped North Carolina. Hell, Jordan repped Chicago more than New York. But it's just a little fun fact I wanted to point out. So with that being said, let's get on to our next comparison. Now here's one you've probably never heard before. I think LeBron Ramon James hip-hop artist comparison is to that of none other than the great Kanye West. Now before getting into my reasons, let's look at this quote I got underneath my graphic. Run from most hated to the champion, God flow. I guess that's the feeling only me and LeBron know. Stop playing with Yeezy, man. That line should explain why Kanye and LeBron comparison makes sense, but I'll go more into it. So first off, let's get into the fact that both have incredible longevity. Now I already see in the comments, Kanye doesn't have longevity, bro peaked with Trilogy and the MBDF and has never been great ever then. And my response to that is, have you ever listened to T-Lop or Donda in your life? Sure, Kanye isn't as peak as he used to be, but he's still dropping top 3 album of the years consistently through the years, 2018, 2021, so give my boy Yeezy some slack, which leads me to my next point. Both have different primes in their career that people constantly argue which one was their best. Because, many consider LeBron's peak to be his Heat days in 2012-2014 or his early Cavs days from 08 to 2010. Hell, some people even consider LeBron's latter years with the Cavs from 2016 to 2018 to be his true prime. The matter of the fact is, there is not a concise time period where people can objectively look at LeBron's career and say this was the best era. In sort of similar fashion, you can say that with Yeezy. That obviously the Trilogy era was his best era, but you have people that also say MDDF was his best era. Some people say 808s was his best because it was the most influential, and there are some deranged people out there who think Yeezus is his best album. But we don't take people like that seriously. point of the matter is, the same way that LeBron doesn't have an objective prime everyone could look at and say that it's his best, is in a similar fashion to how people look at Kanye's career and his when he was at his objectively best. Lastly, to wrap up this session, is that both started their career around the same time, with Kanye dropping his first studio album in 2004 and LeBron starting his professional career in the 2004 season. Now let's move on to our next comparison. Now for our next comparison, we got another sort of obvious one. We got the two sinister assassins themselves, that being Kendrick Lamar and Patrick Williams 2.0, Kawhi Leonard. Now this one should be a kind of a no-brainer. Both contain this mysterious aura around them that makes people in love with them. Hell, I'd say both of them are probably the most well-liked and respected individuals in their field. Also, both of them are almost always consistent when it's time to step up, with Kawhi consistently having great play despite injury, and Kendrick almost never missing with any project he released. I still call it a decent project. Also, can't ignore the fact that both of them were born and raised in Cali, and both rock similar hairstyles from the braids to the cornrows. So yeah, I'd say this is a pretty good comparison. Now let's move on to the next comparison. Now for our final comparison for this video, before going into this, when thinking about entertainment icons of the 2000s, name 5 people that first come to mind. Alright, I bet 99% of you guys either thought along the lines of Kobe or Lil Wayne, and that's exactly who we're going to be talking about in this session. So with Kobe and Wayne, both like previously mentioned, both are icons of their generation. But not only were they icons, but they were also the most influential, with many current hip-hop and NBA stars usually pointing out to Kobe or Wayne was the most impactful person they looked up to for their mentality and craft. Also, I believe Kobe's scoring ability is very synonymous to Wayne's lyricism, because both activities were always innovating and amazing the consumer. In the same way Kobe would shock a crowd hitting a one-legged left-handed 3-point shot in the corner with the shot clock running down, would be the same way Lil Wayne would shock the crowd by dropping bars like, I quote, "Safe sex is great sex. Better wear a latex, cause you don't want that latex. That I think I'm latex." Fucking bars. But yeah, I can't possibly think of a better comparison for one another than Lil Wayne and Kobe Bryant. That's the video. Sorry if this sounds kind of off because I left my microphone somewhere and I can't find it, so you just have to deal with this conclusion for now. But yeah, if you liked it, check my other content out, and yeah, I should probably do a part 2 soon, and yeah, peace.